Hi. Lindsay, can you hear me okay?
I can. How's it going?
Woo! Welcome to Marketing in Merlot.
Yay! The week went by fast, eh?
Say what?
The week went by fast.
Oh man, yeah, it really did. My speakers are being weird. But okay. I'll leave it.
Are you ready?
Am I what?
Take a deep breath.
Traffic. That's why I'm a bit late tonight. A bit late. So hi. So, Lindsay, how are you?
I am good. Yeah, I've had a profitable and productive week, as I usually say. So
A double P.
What's that?
Lindsay has had a double P this week. I love it.
Double P. Yes, I only peed twice this week.
Profitable and productive. What else do you want from her, huh?
Exactly. It's what you want, and have fun along the way.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Fantastic. I would agree. I have been profitable and productive as well.
That's all you really could ask for.
Yeah, what else can you ask for? So, why don't you give us a little intro, Lindsay? Who are you?
Well, I'm Lyndsay Phillips, Smooth Sailing Business Growth, and we help customers attract and acquire customers faster through powerful and consistent content marketing. So, content marketing strategy, and I actually just had a great sales call today with some new people getting a content marketing strategy and client onboarding strategy and sales funnels and client retention. It was fantastic. So yeah, if you need help, go smoothbusinessgrowth.com.
Love it. And I am One-Click Lindsey with trafficandleads.com. If you need help with SEO, pay-per-click, landing pages, all that traffic and lead generation good stuff, make sure you look us up, trafficandleads.com. And every Thursday night at this time, although Lindsay is trying to change the time on me, FYI, talk about it later, but it's always been at 6 o'clock Pacific, where we talk about really awesome marketing topics. So hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hi, David. How are you?
I'm just posting it on my other page, so bear with me here.
Tonight, we're talking about webinars. Webinars, Lindsay.
Yes.
I know you help clients with webinars all the time, but have you ever personally, the Lyndsay Phillips webinar, have you ever?
I haven't done one for myself, but it is in the plans.
And what will that, because like I said, I know you guys help with webinars constantly, but I was just curious. I was curious why we haven't had the Lyndsay Phillips webinar yet.
I know. Part of it is getting the guts to do it. I have to say, I'm going to be completely honest. I know. I mean, I do this.
Hi, David. And Robert Plank is actually part of the reason why I'm late. People had better be nar or be square. True.
All right, there. I just shared.
We were chatting on Messenger about fun online marketing things, and I was late picking up my kids, and I got stuck in traffic, which made me late for Marketing in Merlot.
No excuse. See, maybe if we had it. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that afterwards. So yeah, we both obviously help clients with webinars, and there is more to do for them than just showing your slides and talking to people.
Showing the slides is the easy part, right?
It's a lot of work.
It's a crap ton of work if you're going to do it right and you're going to get sales off of it. Absolutely. Hey, Adam. Marketing extraordinary. Oh, he's always calling us out.
I know. And Adam is a rock star. I'm a rock star webinars.
Do you guys need a business plan or any small business funding? Then Steve can help you, can hook you up. So talk to Steve Fulmer. Adam says, my show will be Gurkhas and Groundhogs with G Money. I like it.
He has a webinar coming up on Tuesday.
I like it. I was just listening to Adam and Robert Plank on a podcast that they did together. So I recommend it. fantastic.
I know, he is good. So why don't we start off with talking about why someone would even want to do webinars in the first place?
Can we go a step further and say, do webinars even work anymore?
Hells yes, they do.
Good answer. I was setting you up so you could spike the ball, Lindsay.
Damn.
Yes. So yes, Lindsay, why? Why a webinar? Why is a webinar a good way of delivering information?
Well, it shows you as the expert, and people will either see you live or they hear you talk, so they develop that element of trust, and they get to know you and help foster that relationship, and they see you in action, right? So they can imagine what it's like to have you as part of their team. And yeah, and then obviously at the end, the point is to give them a fabulous offer to bring them into the sales funnel.
Yes, I love it. So what is your opinion? Do you think that these automated webinars work? Should it be a live webinar? Should it be recorded? Does it matter? Like the whole evergreen webinar thing. What's your opinion?
I think both have their place. I think live ones are more impactful because you're getting more interaction, especially if you have the opportunity for people to have questions, and especially webinars that are more timely. If you have a launch or if you have an event that you're trying to get people to go to, then it's more time sensitive, right, for what your offer is. I mean, you're not fooling anybody, in my opinion. If you have an evergreen webinar, people are supposed to think that it's live and really it's not. I mean, to me, I'm like, call a spade a spade. It's okay if it's evergreen. It just means it's more convenient for you to pick your own time and watch it on your own time.
That's what I think. Robert says they can imagine what it's like to have you hiding under their bed at night. Yes, Robert, maybe that's what happens when people attend your webinars, but I'm hoping that's not what happens when they attend webinars. Yes, so a strategy, just telling folks, a strategy we've been using, because like the evergreen webinar was not getting a lot of traction for a specific client of mine. He's in the religious niche, sells religious stuff, Christian stuff. Like basically how to bring Christianity into your life and not such in a more cool way, we'll say.
Yeah, that's neat.
Very cool product, very cool thing. So is what we start. So the automatic webinar, the live webinars work really well based on what Lindsay was saying, because you're live and you're interacting. The evergreen, it seemed like people just kind of knew. And so instead we started giving that webinar away as basically free training download, opt in, and you can watch it immediately. Because there's really like no difference in my opinion.
I agree. And
at least for him, it's working much better. So again, it goes back to testing, but what do you think about that strategy, Lindsay?
I think that's great. And I think you can't just have one or the other. I think if you have a bunch of like webinars that you did live and they got great reaction, and maybe you don't necessarily have enough time to do it live and encore presentation.
Yes.
Live webinars.
If he's in that religious niche, then he should implement live webinars and after-life webinars as well. Marketing heaven. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have some live webinars that you got a lot of great feedback on and they were successful, you could easily put those into your ever webinar mix, do some Facebook ads, use it for lead gen, or just have it as a free resource that's available on your website or a pop-up, whatever, because it's just there, and then still do live ones. I wouldn't rely only on the evergreen ones, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes. And not only that, and I learned this from a business coach of mine, don't ever use your first recording of a webinar as your evergreen webinar, because you need to do it 3 or 4 times with a live audience to get the energy and the message. Like you just get so much better every time you practice. So I highly recommend that you practice a few times before that's your evergreen. That's golden,
That is such a good point. And I don't know, for me personally, when I go to a live webinar, like I'm not gonna lie, some webinars are freaking long, right? There's all the pre-crap and the after crap, and like there's a lot of marketing stuff and psychology. But when I'm doing, when I know it's evergreen, I like cut to the chase. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know if it's because I'm in marketing, so I know the point and I know that it's evergreen, but I prefer evergreen ones to be a little quicker paced. But that's just me.
I totally agree with that. Robert says lead gen sounds like, yeah. Hey, Lindsay, will you change your name to lead gen? I think I'll name my next child lead gen.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh.
I have one client, and he's got events and masterminds. And so we looked at all the analytics of all the people that ever went to, the event. We looked at all the things that they ever got. Like, did they get an opt-in? Did they go to a webinar? Like, what are all the contributing factors? And everyone that went to the event grabbed at least one lead magnet and watched at least 2 webinars. So we knew that that was the magic recipe, right, to warm them up to want to go to the event. So then once you know something like that, then you can't not do webinars. Otherwise, you're screwing yourself over.
Dang, that is good info. We got some comments. I like intro music. I'm assuming you're not kidding, because I actually really like webinars with intro music too. But knowing you, I was supposed to draw a joke out of that, and I didn't because I suck. And Robert says I should go as lead gen for Halloween. I totally agree. What would be scarier than that?
That would be a hilarious costume.
Webinars are very predictable. 45 minutes of value and 15 minutes of sales. Are consumers getting wise to the tactic? Yeah, and I think Steve brings up an excellent point. Glenn! Sorry, Steve. On your point there. And Adam says I do. And Robert, lead gen and autoresponder for a couple's costume. Yeah, Steve. So I totally agree. Webinars are predictable, and that's kind of why we went with this whole, you can download this free training. It's a video like webinar thing. I have to remember that verbiage we used, but it actually sounded kind of hot and kind of new, but you knew it was like a recorded webinar. So you're absolutely right about that, Steve. However, there's still a place for a recorded kind of training thing. The thing that is so crazy about webinars, and I've ran a lot of webinars. I actually just had a big webinar in the dental niche last week. This is the craziest statistic, and across every webinar I've ever done or helped support, literally that 25% is the one that always shows up. Like, you have a big audience or a little audience, literally 25% up. Yeah. Typically show up live. It's crazy that, like, it's always that way, regardless of the audience or the niche. Like, I thought I'd get all these dentists on, and it was 25%, always 25%. Do you see that, Lindsay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And when it's more than that, yeah, but it's just really, really typical. So you guys know what I mean. I mean, you get 100 people signed up, like 25 will show up live. You can't get bent out of shape about it. There's a lot of options to like get them, but no one shows up live. Glenn, you could always surprise someone by just 45 minutes of value and then email the crap out of them. That's true. And I'm fully behind that. And you know how I feel about email. If you're not getting unsubscribes, then you're not emailing enough.
I know.
Hey, look who it is. Yeah. It's Tim. Have you gals used webinars to promote your own business? Yes. I use webinars fairly frequently. Promote my own business. I have a webinar I run called How to Find Keywords You Can Actually Rank For Without an SEO Company. And I have a webinar called Facebook Marketing Made Easy. And then I have a webinar that I do for the dental niche, because I have a partner, a dentist partner, who runs a coaching program. And so we're together and we'll run a webinar.
Nice.
Yes. So, yeah. And Tim, I had put Lindsay on the spot. She supports webinar people all the time, but she hasn't ran a webinar yet.
I've been
Lindsay.
I know. We'll get there.
Adam, what are some of your favorite tactics to get large percentage of your registered attendees? I don't know, Adam, why don't you tell us? Because as I was just saying, it's always 25. Like, you want to send that email 24 hours before, 1 hour before, 15 minutes before, get them on Messenger, beg and plead. Tell them you'll give them $1 million and nothing works.
We've been doing We've been doing better now that we're text messaging the reminders. Like you say, you give your cell number if you want text reminders so that they know, you know, what we're doing. And then, I mean, they text back and they're like, perfect, we'll be there. So that has increased the attendance, which has been really great. And the other tactic I've used is the lead up. Once they register, don't just wait for, you know, 5 days and then start sending the reminder emails. It's send them an email that's like a video that has to do with the webinar, but you're not giving all the goods away. So like you're serving and you're giving them great information and you're keeping them engaged.
The professionals call that you prime the pump, Lindsay. Come on now. Use the technical lingo already. I'm teasing.
Lord.
Glenn, what do you think is better, on-demand webinars or live? But I will answer that after I tell Lindsay that I totally agree. Like now you have like 5 days of like getting them excited for the content and promising them the world. Glenn, what do you think is better, on-demand or live? I always think live's best, right, Linz?
Yeah, it's more impactful. The on-demand has its place, and you'll have to listen to the replay because we talked about that a little bit earlier. But yeah, live is way more impactful.
Can I give, I'm going to be can I be a smidge negative here? I will, because I'm going to give people a heads up. So I noticed on Fiverr, there was a Fiverr gig, I can't remember what I was searching for, that basically you tell them what time your webinar is and they will get a bunch of people on so that you can like.
That's the point.
I'm just saying that to people. So even if you go to a webinar, you guys need to be fully aware that online marketers ruin everything. And nothing you see may or may not be true. So I actually saw that on Fiverr and I was like, really? Yeah. That's my face.
That comment bubble is covering your whole face.
Oh, good, because my face was like, I can't believe they did that. Okay. Sir Adam is going to give us some amazing content here. As far as email reminders, we found magic sauce. Ooh, immediately upon sign up, 24 hours before, 3 hours before, and 15 minutes before. And you can take Adam Homey's advice to the bank because he's too legit to quit, as they say.
I've got a question that a lot of people are up for debate on is, do you give a replay out afterwards or no?
My favorite is, the one we've seen the most benefits is you have a replay for 24 hours and then it's gonzo.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
One client we give replays all the time and it actually does help for them with sales. The other one we've tested both ways and it was more people showed up when we said it was live only and no replays.
Yeah, I think you have to have a really big audience in order to, like a really warm audience that like knows who you are. Like running that to a cold audience, I feel, like random Facebook subscribers, I feel like that wouldn't be as powerful because they'd be like, yeah, see ya. Where like I do have at least one specific client that people actually pay for her webinars and will like want to be there to be live with her. Just because she's so amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
You raised a good point though, and that's paid webinars.
Paid webinars. Yeah, we can talk about that. Let's see what Adam is the man. That is true. David, no true words have ever been uttered on a marketing in Merlot. I personally like replays just because right now I have a full-time job. I totally agree that you should offer replays. Like absolutely. Boy, webinars are so much more fun when there's live people on.
I know, seriously. So yeah, did we cover replays or not replays? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, my other question. Adam Homey's email sequence will turn your webinar into a webinar. Yeah.
Now, I don't like calling them webinars. I prefer to call them workshops or online trainings. But
what about masterclass?
Oh, I've heard that one. Absolutely.
Try
that is a good one. I know. It's got more value. And then if you repurpose them and package them and bundle them as an opt-in or like a tripwire for $20, then you can say, oh, you know, I've got this bundle for all these online trainings, which I'm doing right now with a client. And yeah, we haven't launched it yet, but it's basically a webinar, paid webinar bundle.
It's awesome.
Yeah, recycle, reuse, and like, yeah. And especially if no replays ever went out and they're not on YouTube, they're not accessible to the public. You can have a membership site and have like a crap ton of your webinars in there, and that's part of the resources for your subscription. You can, reuse it for sure. And if you do like through Zoom or whatever, upload them to YouTube, unlisted if you want. And then that way you've got them stored and kept, and they're always on YouTube, and you can edit and add your end screens and do what you need to do.
There's Lindsay and her magical processes. This is why you need her, because she can make all this dream come true for you. Right, Lindsay?
And you're the one that attracts everyone to the webinar.
I will attract them. I will get people there, and only 25% will show up.
We actually just ran
out. Look it up. It doesn't make me a bad online marketer.
No. Well, it's just like what percentage of people actually read your emails, right? It's just a stat. It's a numbers game. I know, it's a whole other topic.
We should talk about email marketing next week, but we're on webinars right now. So I have this client, and she is so awesome. And this story is like completely not typical, but she has built such a warm audience and teaches such an amazing teaching. She is basically what's the best way to put this? She teaches you how to have a better life through your brain. Okay.
Yeah, like mindset and life coach. Yeah.
Yeah, and we will run a webinar for her, and because her fans, and she puts out such good content when we're not running a webinar, that we can charge $50 a seat for her webinar and fill it up.
Yes.
300 or 400 people. So that goes back to make amazing content, give, just like Gary Vee says, and then you can ask.
I know. That's awesome. Now,
it is awesome. I love running her webinars because it's amazing. And it's all her. Adam Homey's email. Oh, I already read that. Does Smooth Sailing Lindsay ever go by Captain Phillips? I am the captain now. Tom Hanks movie.
I do say I am the captain of Smooth Business Growth Podcast.
She's the captain of Marketing and Merlot.
And my email is captain@smoothbusinessgrowth.com.
There you go.
There you go.
So webinars, here's my summary, and I'm sure Lindsay will have a summary too. If you're going to put in the effort to do a webinar, make sure you do all of the emails, prime the pump, send reminder emails up to an hour before, try to do text message marketing and bot reminders, and try to get more than 25% of people on. I recommend running the webinar, you doing it for someone, especially that last piece where you're trying to sell something and make your offer. Don't just do a webinar for no reason. Have an offer at the end, offer a replay. I say for 24 hours. Lindsay has tested without, so pick and choose, test it,
just tap,
and have a successful webinar. Keep emailing. If people are not unsubscribing, then you're not emailing enough. That's my new motto.
Email them after the webinar. You have to follow up.
Tons and tons and tons. This thing is going, and you should watch it, and it was amazing, and you missed out, and all these amazing things. The webinars still work. They're a valid way to market, and they're awesome. The end. Oh, let's talk about webinar software real quick, Lindsay. Do you have a favorite?
Webinar what?
Software?
I like Zoom because it's freaking easy. I like Webinar Jam for the evergreen part of it. I don't like Webinar Jam for the live. It's a pain in the yoo-hoo.
Why do you hate Webinar? Even though they recently upgraded, tell me why you hate Webinar Jam.
I know.
That was my pick. That was my pick.
I know. I was just going to say that. They did just change it recently, so I haven't used it for a live webinar in a while.
Because then you don't have to do the YouTube hooking up-y thingy and stuff like that anymore. That was a PA. Yeah. I totally agree.
And it was glitchy. Like, it sucked. And GoToWebinar was never really fussed on. Most of my clients use Zoom, and they either use slides or go between slides and people actually seeing your face live. And it's just, super easy to use.
Adam, I become a Zoom, and I have also become a Zoom. What's the difference, Lindsay, between like a Zoom pre-scheduled training Facebook Live and a webinar? Lindsay, what's the definition? Everything's so foggy right now.
I know. Well, live Facebooks, you can't capture the emails of who is attending, and they can't register, and they certainly can't pay, and then you don't have your email, and then you can't email them. Where if you do like a regular webinar, then you can capture their email and you can market the crap out of them.
All of this is true. All of this is true. What's the best software to use to do my on-demand course?
Pause. I mean, some people honestly have like a membership site where they, once you buy something or whatever, then you get access to those membership sites, and it's just a YouTube video that's embedded in that web page. I've seen that a ton. And then again, webinar has the webinar where the whole registration, it's all automated from start to finish. Do you have any others?
I have to say the word ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is amazing, and it will drip the webinar content, and it'll make a beautiful membership site, and it's amazing. And I have an affiliate link, so don't go buy ClickFunnels unless you get my affiliate link, and it's amazing. The end. That's all I have to say. Lindsay, I'm not pitching much tonight. I don't have much going on right now. I'm resting from my previous launch. I just do a member site if it's truly on demand. Amen, bro. Amen.
Yeah.
And use ClickFunnels because it's amazing. Adam, do you like ClickFunnels? I haven't heard the word ClickFunnels uttered from your mouth recently.
Well, one of my clients will be switching from Infusionsoft landing pages to ClickFunnels, so I'll be diving into that this week.
Who?
I'm not telling you who.
Oh, you just said a customer? Oh, I thought you said who. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Really? They're going from Infusionsoft to ClickFunnels?
They're keeping Infusionsoft, but we were using Infusionsoft landing pages.
Oh.
So we're flipping the landing page portion of it to ClickFunnels.
I heart ClickFunnels. That's all I have to say. I use ConvertKit for my email marketing. What do you use for email marketing?
Me personally, or my clients? I mean,
personally?
Honestly, I use GetResponse right now. I don't have the need for anything really big and robust, but I do love. I don't mind MailChimp. I mean, I don't love GetResponse. But I love ActiveCampaign. I love Infusionsoft. They are my two favorites.
I'm moving everything over from ConvertKit to ClickFunnels. I love it.
With the CRM portion?
Yes, and the email portion. ClickFunnels is fine, but I prefer to own, not rent. Amen. That's an excellent point. Ooh, burn.
Yeah.
If you could make web pages in like 2 seconds flat, then who cares?
That's a very good point. He made another comment on.
I can teach an employee how to get into ClickFunnels, and I don't have to wrestle with a web developer, if you know what I mean. Those web developers can be a little difficult to manage. As far as our marketing automation stuff, we're in the process of switching to ActiveCampaign. Why did you choose ActiveCampaign?
I love it.
I thought you were a one shopping cart kind of guy, Adam.
I think they're going by the wayside, that one shopping cart.
One shopping cart. Yeah.
What is your advice for your offers? Because that's the all important part of a webinar, right?
Woo! Robert, what email system do you use? I'd love to know. Sorry, that was my last question. Offers at the end of a webinar. Gotta make it hot. That's all I have to say. What do you mean?
I was just gonna say you can't necessarily offer like a massive ticket item. I think it's better to offer something that's more low or medium, and have, like you said, have a limited time offer. The cart closes after a certain amount of time. I've seen a lot of people just do like a strategy call at the end, and they've been successful. Yes.
I have clients that do that, and it works really well. Hey, you have one day to get on my calendar. My calendar is super booked. Get them on. Absolutely. The other thing, create workbooks or something that you can send in those priming the pump emails that kind of get people excited for the content you're going to offer. For sure. I love that. And I have one more tip. At the beginning of the webinar, say, if you stay till the end of the webinar, I will give you all these amazing things, but you have to stay.
I know. And some people,
whatever those amazing things are, so be it. So freaking be it.
And some people give gifts.
One shopping cart kind of stopped evolving. Yeah, that's true. And they really had that opportunity to really
they could
stop there. Yeah.
I just flipped a client from one shopping cart to Infusionsoft a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
It was a job.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. When I took the OCL Irresistible Offer course and looked at how to implement that, one shopping cart couldn't do the third of what was necessary. Yeah. That was the catalyst. Wow. I'm kind of honored because you're an amazing digital marketer that I had any influence. That's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, one shopping cart. It is nice to put like the shopping cart. I mean, ClickFunnels is just, I love it. I'm sorry. I know you love it. Lindsay is madly in love with Infusionsoft. She's in the corner making out with Infusionsoft. I'm in the other corner making out with ClickFunnels. That's it.
That would be interesting to watch.
We have our favorites. What can I say?
The P-rated show one, PG.
Oh, you want to keep making out? You're going to call that
I know.
rated R?
Please.
In the States, it's not rated R. Have you not read the headlines? Porno star. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. God almighty.
But I don't get into politics. Hi, Adam. How are you? So hopefully we told you something about webinars tonight, right, Lindsay? I think we probably talked them something.
A lot. I mean, there's still untapped stuff like your slides and all. I mean, but we can't cover it all in the time we have.
You're just gonna have to hire us, really. I mean, legit. You're just gonna have to hire us if you want to know more.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
All right. Next week we're gonna talk about email marketing.
Sure.
Email marketing mindset. We're going to talk a lot about email marketing mindset because I don't think that there's a problem with email marketing. I think there's a problem with email marketing mindset.
Interesting. All right. Stay tuned, people.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Okay, Lindsay, who are you?
Who am I today? I am Lyndsay Phillips of Captain Lyndsay Phillips, I should say, of Smooth Sailing Business Growth, where we help you with all your content marketing needs. Make sure your branding's on point and you've got a content marketing strategy that works for your avatar and your business and your goals. And we implement the crap out of it and make it happen.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Lindsay has her crap together. And so like if you have a podcast or you need to do some content marketing or you need to be organized in getting yourself out there, you really need to call her because she really has her crap together. That's all I have to say.
Thanks.
Even though there's this person that she keeps saying that I've talked to that I don't, because she sent me a lead and I'm like, I haven't talked to him. And she's like, yes, you have. And I'm like, no, I haven't. I'm just saying. You should stop saying that.
Maybe we need to have a three-way conversation on Zoom.
Yeah, because I've never talked to him. Okay. My name is One-Click Lindsey. You can find my blog and all my cool stuff at oneclicklindsey.com. My website is trafficandleads.com. I also host the best digital marketing podcast other than Robert Plank's and Adam Homey's podcasts. Like all three of us are tied, and Lindsay's, I'm sorry, Lindsay, for digital marketing podcast in the world, in the whole world, all four of us. So you can check that out at trafficandleadspodcast.com.
Awesome. And I'm referred another client to you, Little Miss Lindsay, for your Facebook ads because you crushed the Facebook ads. So we'll talk about that later.
I love Facebook ads. All right.
I know.
We'll see you guys next week. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.